Hi guys, it's January the 7th and today I'm going to be making a start on my January garden to-do list. This month's all about harvesting your summer fruits and vegetables, but it's important to also think about what you want to be eating in autumn and winter. I know it seems like it's a little bit early to think about that, but it's the key to keeping a continuous harvest going all year round. Today I'm going to be preparing a bed for my autumn brassicas, and I'm going to be doing that by planting actually some beans. The beans are a nitrogen fixer, so when they're finished I'll cut those down and work them back into the soil, and they will return the nitrogen back into the soil in a way that the brassicas can then take it up. And the beans that I'm going to be planting today are pinto beans, and I haven't actually bought them in seed packets. I go to my local organic store and I buy them from the bulk bins there. Sometimes you've got to be careful when buying bulk like supermarket beans, because they could have been sprayed or old, but the fact that these are from the organic store means they aren't sprayed. They could be old, but so you can kind of combat that by maybe planting more than one in a space where you would usually just plant one, plant three. An interesting thing is that I soaked these beans 2 days ago because I was going to plant them then, and I had them in a bowl and my son accidentally spilt them at the top of the garden, and we picked up most of them, but we actually accidentally left some behind, and I went up there just before to go see if I'd left any behind, and I found some, and they've already started sprouting after only 24 hours. So I'll just show you guys. So that shows how perfectly viable they are. I've previously filled this bed with compost and some aged cow manure and some sheep pellets, so it should be all ready to go. I'm going to be making some support for the beans, and I'm just going to use what I've got lying around in the shed, which in this case is some chicken wire, some wooden stakes and some string. See how it goes. And you can see that the sprout starts from the eye of the bean, which, hang on, I'll find one that's not sprouted. That's the eye, so when you're planting them, face them down with the eye facing down. That way that the root can just dig all the way down where it wants to go. So now that these beans are planted, it also means it's going to be a bit of a protection against weeds. If you leave nature uncovered, its instinct is to cover itself with whatever, and that's usually weeds. So if I wasn't going to plant the beans, then I probably would have planted a green crop, something else that's a nitrogen fixer, and that will just stop the weeds coming through. But unfortunately my garden is just too small to really have green crops. I kind of need to use every bed that I've got, so I would rather use a green crop that I can actually eat, such as these beans. I've planted a huge amount of pumpkins this year. I'd really like to see how much food I can grow myself to kind of go through the winter without doing so much shopping. So I think pumpkins are a great way to do that, as they're such a good staple. So they're everywhere, and they're blocking paths and making them their way down banks, but I just wanted to see how many I could fit in. So if that means that I have a hard time going up my stairs, then so be it. That is a small price to pay. And here we have heaps of butternut, which I was hoping, I'll show you, would make its way down the bank, which it is already doing.
Will I have sunflower seeds? Are those sunflower seeds?
Yep. Yes, I see I've got a nice one up here. Do you guys struggle with these little passion vine hoppers? Little fluffy butts. I get them so bad. And last year I thought I was very good at cutting away all the dead wood where they lay the eggs and burning it, but I obviously missed a lot. So to combat these, or to try to anyway, I use this neem oil. And then they suck, literally and figuratively. And you can't grab them because they just hop away. Another way to combat them is to suck them up early in the morning with a little handheld vacuum cleaner, which is actually super satisfying, but unfortunately I don't have one at the moment. Yep.
What are you doing?
So I planted okra here about Christmas time, and then a bird just had a party and it is all gone. So my okra experiment was a big fat fail, but this is now an empty spot that I'll have a think about what I can do there. I have a lot of tomato plants and they're all getting quite tangled and messy, so you want to kind of avoid that and get good air circulation happening with the plant so you don't get things like blight. So today I'm going to be cutting some of the bottom leaves off to give it some more air, as well as trimming the laterals, which are the little bits that grow, like I will show you, like this. Where can you see it? This is a lateral, and it kind of grows in these little pockets here, and you want to pinch those out because that way the plant will put more energy into producing flowers as opposed to producing green. Now if you don't have many tomato plants, each lateral will actually grow into its own plant, so you could let this one grow a little bit bigger on the plant, then pinch it off and then put it in a, just a glass of water until it starts forming roots, which it will do surprisingly quickly, and then pop it into the ground, keeping it well watered, especially in this heat. It's getting ridiculously hot up there, so every Kiwi knows the rules: slip, slop, slap and wrap, so I will go do that first. Okay, I'm back. So I've done quite a heavy trim of tomatoes and some zucchini leaves just to give a bit more space and sun and airflow to the other plants. And see, when you do, you discover things that you forgot you planted, like these little lemon cucumbers. Never planted these before or tried them, so I'm very keen to see what's inside and how they taste. You want to keep harvesting fruits and veggies like this to encourage more flowers. Just picking some green beans for the same reason as the little cucumbers, to encourage more flowers. And I thought I'd had them all, but it's amazing how many you miss when the plant is green and the vegetable is green that you're looking for. Another thing to remember if you want a continuous harvest, every time there's a gap in the garden because you've just pulled something out, fill it with something, whether it's seeds or seedlings. Keep on planting. In this hot weather, I wouldn't be planting seedlings per se, not yet. I'm going to be doing a lot of direct sowing still, lettuce and basil and carrots and even some more zucchini. They can all still go in now directly from seed. But today I'm also going to be starting some seedlings off for autumn. So things like my kale and leeks and Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli, all my brassicas really. And yeah, I'll get those started off now so they've got a bit of a head start come autumn. I'm also going to do some fennel and some celery. I'm using a seed raising mix because they're made specifically for this. They contain all the nutrients that little growing seedlings need for about 6 weeks, by which stage you can plant them out. Okay, so I'm going to do about 4 little seeds per punnet. And then just push it down. Not even covering it really. I'll do 2 rows of cauliflower. So now I'll keep these watered well. When you do water them, don't drown them because you'll displace the seeds and move the soil around. So just use maybe like a spray bottle, just a light mist, but just don't let them dry out. I'm going to go back up now and do some more sowing. I'm going to do some lettuce and some more zucchini. You can never have too much zucchini. Actually, that's a lie, you can, but I'm going to find ways to preserve it. And then I'm also going to add some more flowers. So I've got this like mix of just cottage garden flowers, which is good for the bees. I found that when I've been sowing things lately, cheeky blackbirds come and dig everything up. So I've got some windbreak that I'm going to use as like a cover so they don't get it until the seedlings emerge. And then I'll take it off and maybe put some netting on it or something. But this will actually help keep the moisture in as well when the seeds are germinating. Last job for today is to find some mulch for the beans. Today I'm going to use some of the fallen leaves that are all over my paths. I love how nature just gives you free things like that. I've just scrunched them up a little bit to break them down. I can use a mulch like this on bean seedlings because they'll push through. It's light enough for them. Well, that's it for me today. Got some nice afternoon sun coming. So we're going to have a barbecue using what we got today, which is a nice mix of zucchinis, cauliflower from the other day, a caterpillar that I just saw, and some baby potatoes. Yum!